whenever you're ready.
We'll be discussing about hydrogen gas production and separation. Here, I believe all of you heard about environment pollution, isn't it? Uh, how many do you know about climate change? Can you use your hand about climate change? You know, green energy. Those are happening because every day, every moment, we drive our car to go to our workplace, school, everywhere, right? And everybody are very conversant with using gasoline to drive our car. And when we drive our car, gasoline is burned. So emissions like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, those kind of things are coming out of the gas burned. If you take a look at the picture A, you see that this picture, lots of cars. I took this picture from my country road. See, lots of, so every cars are burning gasoline. They are giving out the toxic gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. They are coming out in the environment. And what is the result of the, can you imagine? You might not be so much familiar with the result because third world people, third world means we are from third world country, so they are suffering from these emissions. USA or developed countries may not be very familiar with the result. Though they are, giving out the emissions, but third world people are getting the results. So what can be the result? If you take a look at the picture, we see the cloudy environment. This is nothing but the small particles and the carbon dioxide. These are bringing the environment polluted. So we should stop or control carbon emissions from fuel combustion to protect our environment, right? People, every people in the world is thinking about the environment because we are living here. So what is the choice? Do you have any idea what alternative we can follow? Anyone?
Public transportation, not taking our own car, carpooling.
Okay, you are right. That's a good answer. But without public transportation, how can we go to our workplace? We have to use our public place, right? Public transportation. We have to use. But what alternative can be to avoid these emissions? Any idea?
Hydrogen cells.
It's a great answer. Hydrogen. It's called green energy. Meaning it's a green means no emission, no problem. Everything is green, like green, right? So hydrogen is a fuel of free emissions. When we use hydrogen as a fuel rather than gasoline, then it doesn't produce any emissions. So this is the best thing. Here, if you take a look at the picture, see hydrogen powered Daimler Chrysler bus. This bus is run by hydrogen and it doesn't produce any emissions for water. So water is, it's pure water. We can take this water too. So here, no emissions but coming out water. Now, I will talking about how to produce hydrogen. Hydrogen is the best thing we have learned so far to protect our environment. So now, how to produce it and how to separate it. According to Department of Energy, in 2006, US consumed about 1881 billion kg of hydrogen for different purposes. So hydrogen is also being produced accordingly. When it's been consumed, so produced accordingly. For the production, this is a reactor. This is a reactor. You see, it's catalyst, reactants. Reactants are those things from where hydrogen is produced. And catalysts are those things, you know about catalysts? Sometimes we use catalysts, right? Catalyst, can you please give me a definition of little thinking about catalysts?
What is a catalyst? Doesn't it help like
Right.
speed something up. Like
Exactly. Catalyst help for the reactions. Okay. So those things, hydrogen and other gases are produced from this is the reactor here. A mixture of gases are produced from where hydrogen needs to be separated, because in the car we need purified hydrogen, only hydrogen, no other gases. So from the mixture of gases we need to separate the hydrogen, and you see the barrier, the above, called palladium based membrane. Have you heard the word membrane? It's just a barrier, and it's only hydrogen gas can pass through the barrier and other gas cannot. And other gas comes out dehydrogenated product here, and pure hydrogen goes through the hydrogen product hydrogen. So we can separate the hydrogen. Do you have any question understanding this? Though these are very little complex inside, but I want to give you an overview how hydrogen is produced and separated. If you have any question, just let me know. Here, I'm going to give an insight how hydrogen is produced and separated from the barrier I show you, the membrane. Here, this is a cross section. From here to here, this is a cross section of the membrane. And this membrane is basically palladium materials. So these are atoms of palladium, and this is the above is hydrogen and carbon. COO means carbon dioxide. CO is carbon monoxide. Those are mixture of the gases what we produce in the I showed in the last slide. From here, so above is the mixture of the gases. From the mixture of the gases, hydrogen can pass through the palladium because the size of the hydrogen is smaller than the interstitial position, meaning to say this position, this position, this position. This is called interstitial position, and space, interstitial space. This space between the palladium atoms. These space are bigger than hydrogen atom. So hydrogen, this red lighted hydrogen can pass through the materials because hydrogen size is smaller, and it comes out of the other side. But on the other hand, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, those, you see carbon monoxide, this size is bigger. Carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, these sizes are bigger. So they cannot pass through the materials because their interstitial space is smaller than the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide gases. So they cannot pass. So it's very easy to pass through the separate hydrogen from the mixture of gases. This is the purified hydrogen, and we will just need it for our transportation. So, our environment, so you all come to know how to protect our environment, right? So we can live here, with a green energy, not like polluted environment, okay? So if you have any question, just let me know. And if you have point of clearance, though these are 2-3 points, separation, reaction, and why we need these reactions. So those are things chemical engineers deals with. So if you have any question, understanding, or point of clearance, just let me know. Okay, thank you very much.